Okay, so it did what it has to do. It has created the instance. Let's go back to EC2. Hey, you can do anything with Terraform. Backup and restore, as in you're going to take a backup of it somewhere else. Okay, you see that instance is running. Okay, but we have not given any tag to it. So let's give a tag, a name tag. So where is? So it made the changes. Now, see, the best thing about Terraform, it maintains the state of your infrastructure. Like you can do same thing with Ansible, okay, but Ansible doesn't maintain a state. I mean, you have to really make your modules idempotent there. You know, if you have been through the Ansible session, you know what I'm saying. Right? If you write a playbook for launching an EC2 instance, and then you execute the playbook again, it will launch again that instance. You again execute, it will again launch that instance. So you have to put some logic in your code so it doesn't do it again and again. But Terraform, you don't need to do such kind of thing. It maintains a state. It creates a file terraform.ts state where it's going to put what's the current state of based on your code. Okay, when you apply it, what will happen? So it says there is an instance and it will hold all the information of that instance, its state, it's running. And when you say plan, it will refresh all the state if there are any changes. You see the IP address, the public IP, right? Everything. And this is a very important file to be backed up or stored at a central location, and I will talk about that in some time. Okay, now let's go one level up. So I'm going to create another. I'm just reading this exercise. Okay, so I'm going to make some changes. Sorry, my instance. And the change is going to be, I'm going to add a tag. Okay, and let's see how that works. Tags equal to, and you have to give it like this. Tag is again a dictionary based value, so you have to give the tag name equal to its value. So I'll say my underscore dino. Okay, and you can give more tags again vertically. So let's save and quit. Now I made changes to the code. Okay, I have to first check the plan, Terraform plan. Right, this is where you should be very careful when you make changes. You should see the plan. So it says it's gonna one change and 0 to destroy. So nothing is gonna get destroyed. Only one thing will be changed, and let's see what. That's just a tag. Okay. Rest you see nowhere a minus or a plus. If you see anywhere a minus or a plus, that means an addition or removal. Here you see a plus, that means this will get added, and there's not going to be any problem with that. So let's do Terraform apply. Again, asks you the confirmation. Yes, please do that. And it's done. Apply complete. Let's check. Let's refresh. And yes, we got the tag. Okay. There. We can add more tags also if you want. Right. Super cool. Right. Now, resource is created. Now, you know, when you're done, when mostly of the time people practice with Terraform, they create a lot of resources and then they forget to delete it. Okay, you don't delete it manually. Terraform maintains a state. You delete it through Terraform only. You can say Terraform destroy, and basically it will look for your Terraform TS state file. Whatever is created, it will destroy that. Okay, so we have created one resource, which is EC2 instance, and you see there it says one to destroy. And you see that minus everywhere. So yes, please destroy it. Come on, yeah, okay, it's just destroyed. All right. Where is my slide? Yeah, there. Okay, so this is what we did. We have used the AWS account, IAM access key. We used Terraform to launch an instance, right? We run Terraform apply and it will launch whatever we have written, okay? So that's what you have to do to get started with Terraform. Terraform plan, make sure you check, remember that, okay? Do not forget that, what it is destroying and changing. So check a plan and then only apply it. Don't just directly apply it, okay? Destroy is going to destroy everything. Now let's talk about variables. Okay, so variables, like things that changes, like AMI changes, instance type changes, key pair changes. Changes for what? Changes based on your project. You're working for multiple projects. You're working in a project, you have multiple environment, right? Dev environment, Q environment, production environment. All will have different key pair also, right? So I don't want to copy the existing code again and make the changes. I use variables and I've defined the value of variables, okay? So for reusability of the code. Okay. So we have a few things that changes. You know, you have in the provider section, you have access key, secret key. Anyways, we have moved it out, but we have region. Okay, that may be changing from project to project. So Arun, Arun, you have not gone through AWS and all those things. Okay, just watch. So this is how we do. We create a file vars.tf. Okay, you can create it with different name also. You give variable and the name of the variable. Okay, like here AWS access key and secret key. For this variable there is no value. Okay, there is no value. So if you don't assign any value to a variable, it's going to ask at the apply time. When you say Terraform apply, it's going to ask the value of that variable. Okay, if you intend to do that, but we don't intend to enter the access key and secret key. AWS region, though, we are assigning a value, and this is how you assign the value. In the curly braces, you say default equal to the value. So AWS underscore region is a variable and its value is this. Okay. At the execution time, if you don't want it to be asking the value of this variable, then you create terraform.tf vars file and then you give that variable and its value. Okay, this is only you want to move it out of the vars file. Okay, so it doesn't ask you at the put time, at the apply time, right? And yeah, so this is how you're using providers.tf file, you see, and the syntax is changed now. You can use direct name of the variable. So previous syntax was, you're giving the variable. Here we have defined, okay, vars.tf, we defined the variable, AWS region. Here we're using that variable. So double quotes, dollar in curly braces, you say var dot variable name. But this is an old syntax. Old as in very recently it become old. Yeah, that's how things changes. Now you can just say var.aws region. So it has become simple now, and I'm really glad that happened because it's really too much syntax, dollar, curly braces, double quotes. So, and they are all gone. Okay, you don't need to use them. So let's write another exercise. I'm gonna say CP exercise 1 to exercise 2. Okay. Now when you copy your code or anyone's code, there will be a Terraform TF state file, a backup file and Terraform TF state file. Okay, so you make sure you remove that. This is from the previous execution. You want a fresh code, okay? And there will be also a .terraform directory. You can remove it if you want, but even if you keep it, it's not gonna do harm you. Yeah, old syntax still works, but it's gonna give you a deprecation warning, and its deprecation warning is really, I don't like its deprecation warning. Okay, it's really horrible. So it's better you start using new syntax. Okay, dump your old syntax. So first thing we'll do is we are going to create So I'm going to move this provider section out of this. In the instance section, I'll just give the instance resource, okay, and not this one. So I'm just going to copy that and just delete it, okay. And I'm going to create a different file, providers.tf. Sorry, I've given here comma dot tf, and I'll give providers here, okay. And I'm not giving access key and secret key, so I'm just removing it. In place of region, I will give a variable, but yeah, let's give a variable directly. So this is the old syntax, okay. Double quotes, dollar, curly brace, and then inside this you give var dot and the variable name like AWS underscore region. Okay, that's my own variable. Okay, you can give any name, variable underscore reg. How about that? No, this is fine. You know what? Just region is fine. Why AWS? Anyways, we're using AWS, and this should be good. So you have to say var dot and the variable name, and that's the old syntax. So let's see old and new both. Now let's define that variable, vars dot tf. So I'm gonna say this is how you define. You say variable and you say name of the variable. We are just given the region, right? In caps, region, and then so defining variable in Ansible and other things are easier, right? Variable equal to its value. That's all. But here it's like that. So our region is what was that? EU West. EU West 1. Right, that's where I give the value. I'm also going to put one more variable here, and the variable is going to be AMIs. Okay, and you must be thinking I'll just give I'll say default and give the value. No, I'm not going to do that. This is going to be a map variable, a different kind of variable. Basically, variables are generally key, variable name and its value, but a map variable type equal to map. You don't even need to give double quotes there, okay, but I'll give it. Map variable is when you call a map variable, you have multiple values for a variable. For AMIs, you'll have multiple values, and values will be picked up based on a key name. So I'll give the key name, like for AMI changes based on the region. Okay, like same AMI ID will be different in North California, and the same AMI ID is different in Ireland region. Okay, so we create a key with the name of the region. So I'll say for EU West 1, the AMI, just a moment, let me launch and see. So let's go with Ubuntu only, this one. Okay, for any other region like US-East-1, you know what, let me switch to some other region, North Virginia. So here, if you see, the AMI ID will be different for the Ubuntu 18 server, okay? I'm going to copy that. See that? So like that, I can keep giving the region name and equal to its value. Now, how will it pick up? Well, when you assign the value, you have to pass the variable name and the key name. So you say this is the key name, it's going to get that value. You say this is the key name, it will get that value. Okay, and this name will be automatically set up because you already have the region here, EU West 1. So if you're executing your code in EU West 1, it's going to pick up that AMI. Okay, these are called as map variable. I know it's too much at the beginning, but you have to deal with it. Yeah. Okay. So I have defined just two variables here. One is region, other is AMI. Region is a normal variable. Region, its value is this. This is a map variable. Its value will be picked up if you provide the key name. Okay, let's save that. And now let's open our instance.tf file. And here, instead of giving, wait, first we're gonna update the providers.tf file. We already given the variable, okay, fine. var.region. So it's gonna go to the vas.tf file, get its value, default value. And this is gonna throw as a warning, okay, deprecation warning, which we'll see. For instance. So AMI, how do I call this one now? Now I'll show you the old method and new method both. Okay, I'll just go with the new method because old is really creepy. Okay, check this out. So you have to say dollar, and in this you have to give a function called as lookup. Lookup is the function, parenthesis, and you pass two arguments to it, the variable name, comma, the key name in that variable, which is the region. That variable is already defined, right? So this is the old syntax, okay? Now it's very cool, same like Python, okay? It's just like this. You don't even need to give double quotes. You just say var dot and your variable name, and square bracket, you give the key name, var dot region. Nice, right? So I think here you need to give double quotes. Okay, and we may get some hiccup, as I already told you in the disclaimer, because things are changing. Availability zone, we could have defined that also, right? Availability zone, let's define that also variable.
Imran, the key name shouldn't be US West 1.
No, we have already a variable for that, right? We are giving, instead of giving EU West 1, we are saying just var.region, which anyways is EU West 1.
Okay.
So we are already using that variable. We are using that in providers.tf, we are using it in instance.tf also. If you have your variable, use it. Okay, I'll define one more variable, which is zone. I'll say zone 1 like that. Okay, this is what I will be using now. Right, so instead of that, I am just going to say var dot zone 1. String, you're going to give it in double quotes. Now variable, you don't need to say dollar and all those things. You can just give it like that, okay? But in providers.tf, I have given an old method of giving variable. Okay, this may be confusing. It's confusing time. Things are changing. What can we do? Before I execute and plan, let me show you all the code. So we have providers.tf, where we have AWS, and here we are giving variable for the region, which is an old style of giving variable. Then we have defined our variables in vas.tf. We have three variables: region, zone 1, AMIs. Okay, and we are using this already in here. And let's check our instance code. So var.ami, so this is how you access a map variable. You give the map variable name and the key name. So I'm saying var.region, which anyway is EU West 1. So it says in this EU West 1, so it gets that value. Okay. Dictionary, basically Python dictionary, you know, right? That's why I took Python session. Remember what I told you? It's going to be very important. not only for Ansible, for Terraform, you do CloudFormation, Kubernetes, to do whatever, man. Now just that dictionary, JSON, YAML, this has become default syntax. Right, I mean, we can give other things also as variable, but just let's skip that. So let's say Terraform plan. Okay, so, oh, invalid index. Okay, we have a warning, a deprecated warning. Type should not be in double quotes, okay? And one more deprecated warning that you should not use this format. Right? So that's deprecation. The code is gonna still work. Okay. So we'll just take all this out one by one. Let's open providers.tf, and instead of that horrible syntax, we'll just give the variable name. That's so much better. Let's do Terraform plan. Okay. Map, type map. My instance. Sorry. Now vas.tf. So map, I told you this is going to throw a deprecation warning. This initially was in double quote, but now you understand what they're basically doing. They're trying to remove as much as syntax as possible now. Okay, and that is really good. I mean, people should really, these tool owners should really work on these things. Okay, we have one invalid index. It is telling me var.ami is a map of string with 2 elements. The given key does not identify an element in this collection. Okay, wait. I think I should not give their double quotes. Yeah, because I put it in double quote, it is a string then, right? And that's not a string. Var.region is a variable. I think this should be good now. See that? So you may get like this warnings and error with old Terraform code, which you may get some code that to improvise it. Okay, so this is how you can fix it. Most of things are warning, and some has become a syntax error, as you have seen, right? So warning, you can live with that. I can't live it because it just throws too much output, man. So just fix it, okay? That's better. Terraform apply. And say yes. Okay, that's done. Oh, I have to fall back to Ireland. It's like warning. Can in one script we create multiple EC2 instance? Yes, you can. Can we use Terraform stop? Terraform stop. I don't think there is any command as Terraform stop. I mean, are you talking about stopping EC2 instance? Because Terraform can create lot many things. I mean, it can create a S3 bucket also. If you say Terraform stop, then how are you going to stop a bucket? That even sounds weird. But no, I don't think there is any command as Terraform stop. Let me see, man. I don't know. Things have changed. Who knows? No, definitely not. There is no such thing as Terraform stop. At least I don't see it. Okay. Terraform state. Okay, we will deal with the CLI command later. Okay. Now instance is running, up and running, and I would like to delete it. Terraform destroy. It's gonna delete that. Okay. Now, when we are launching EC2 instance, right, you'd be launching it for a purpose. You would like to set up something on that, right? So, like installing some packages, right, restarting services, all those things. Like what we do in Vagrant provisioning, we have a provisioning section, right? In Vagrant provisioning, where we mention the list of commands and it just execute when the VM comes up. Like that, you can mention it in here also, but it's going to be a little complicated because these are API calls. So we'll see how that is, okay?